Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we got the processes built in to be able to make CPUs. We got that all set up, and we now have a warehouse. Well, this is a silo full of CPUs. So that is ready to go for our rocket control units. So next, we need to make integrated electronics, we need to make transistors, we need to make basic electrical components, all those sorts of things. And we'll see how far we get. Still grinding through the faster than light theory. I don't know how long that's gonna take, but working on it. I did actually go in and add a whole bunch more research labs. So I've increased the amount of research we can do at once. So that helps, but yeah, still. Still going pretty slow. All right, but we will get to that eventually. So next thing we're going to be doing is going to be integrated electronics. We're going to need 2 electronics assembly machines, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. Very similar to this. In fact, it's pretty much identical to this. So let me actually just go ahead and drop this in. And let's see if this makes sense. So you're not making CPUs, you're making integrated electronics instead. All right, and how much of each thing do I need? 64 silicon wafers per second. We're going to need some tinned copper wire, which is different, and we're going to need the sulfuric acid, which that's easy enough to hook into. All right, the silicon wafers. Here's actually something I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and balance these across, because why not? All right, we're going to bring the silicon wafers into the same spot here. One belt should suffice. All right, so now we need to grab some plastic, and we need to grab some tinned copper wire. How much of each? 16 per second of that. 16 per second of that. That's easy peasy. All right, so here's our plastic. And that is going to have to jog over here. And I think we'll hook it up there. All right, and then tinned copper wire we have right here. This will just go ahead and route through there. There we are. And how many modules do these need? All the modules. All right. Oh, you didn't actually connect to anything? That's... There we go. Seems like it works pretty well. How much do we actually output here? We're outputting 80 per second. Okay, so that does need to be in 2 belts. All right, no problem. All right, so there we go there. And then we can do pretty much the exact same thing for the transistors. Because it still needs 3 physical inputs. But it just won't have the piping. Alright, so then we just get rid of the piping because we don't need that. And you guys are making the transistors. Piece of cake. Alright, that's going to need 48 per second silicon wafers, which we can do. That's no problem at all. All right, silicon wafers. Done. And then it's going to need... Well, actually, can I just branch off of this? That's what? How much? 16 per second? 24 per second? So that's 40 per second of the tinned copper wire. Yeah. Single belt is more than enough for that. So I could very easily just branch this off. I'll have to check the plastic as well. I think for this, we're just going to bring the tinned copper here. All right. As far as the plastic, same deal. We can just branch off of the same line. We should have plenty of capacity for it. And there we go. How much of that are we producing? 120 per second. That's 2 lines of 60. All right. That needs to be split as well. There we go. All right, so there we go. That's coming in. Good. That's good. Yep, capacities look fine. Now, let's see. You said this was what, 40? This was 40. $56. I could branch that off again. You know what? I'll just make a separate line for it. And I actually only need one of these. That's these. Well, actually, I'll just continue to use this same blueprint because it gives me good spacing. And we'll just modify it down because we don't actually need half of this stuff. All right, there we are. And then you are making basic electronic components with just a straight output. How much? 80 per second. All right. Then we're gonna need 2. All right, so that's like that. And so we'll bring in another tinned copper wire line. Even though as I was saying, I do think I actually have the capacity for it, but I don't want to push it. Leave myself a little bit of margin. Okay, and the other thing is going to be carbon, which is down here. All right, that looks good. As long as the inserters can keep up, and it looks like they can, so that is fine. Okay, and so that's all the parts that we need to make these rocket control units. We need 17 assembly machines. All right, so let's mock this up as I did before. All right, so there is like 2. All right, so you're going to be doing rocket control units. Actually, let's just do 1. Okay, so we have 6 inputs. Can we double up any of these inputs? Oh. I don't think so. What's the rate at which we dump out? 20 per second across all units. Let's see, if I were to do 18... Here's what I could actually do. Right? We'd have the outputs like that. And then for inputs, we'd have 3 lines on one side and 3 on the other. That's be all 16. Or all 6 inputs. And we'd have to split them up into at least 3 sets. So we'd do 3 sets of 6. Yeah, that would work. Okay. We'd have this kind of set up. And then the output would come here. Like that. And then, we have 1, 2, 3... Yeah, what if I were to reduce this by 1? It would be 20. Which would be 4 sets of 5. Or 5 sets of 4. I like the idea of 4 sets of 5. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do 20. Then that makes the numbers work out a little bit better. No, it would have to be 5 sets of 4. Question be, can I do 5 lines out of each of these? I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, and I could do a 5th. Yeah, I think I can make that work. There would be a lot of belt spaghetti going on, but I can make it work. All right. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so you guys are taking in from there. You guys are taking in from the second belt. And then you're taking from the third belt. All right, and then we're putting what? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Okay. Make this temporary one. And what we're going to do is we're going to blueprint this whole thing. There's going to be 5 sets of 4. Alright, so if this is taking from there, then that doesn't need to run any further than that. Same thing here. There you go. Oh, I'll make sure that goes back to trees and rocks only for the time being. Alright, now if I blueprint this, does it include everything? It does. Alright, so there we go. There's our blueprint. Actually, turn that off. Let's get rid of this. No. This is all stuff I need. Alright, so... Oh, this is outside a logistics area. Okay. Well, we need to fix that. Just get that in there. Okay, so we need to put this far enough away from there. Like at least there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I somehow... Oh, yes. I manufactured these assembly plants based on the old numbers. Now I have new numbers. There's the other missing one. There we go. All right, now we just need to run some belts. Okay, so we'll start here. All right, so then that comes in here. That comes in there. Right, yes. This attaches there. And actually, let me do it this way. Ooh, there's all of our Construction bots. All right, now we need to power this whole thing. Does that work? That should work. That'll be fine. We can belt around that. Okay. All right. So, next, let's see. How do I want to route these? Like this. Nope, nope, nope. That is going to come there. Help if you actually put those belts in the right direction. There we go. All right, so then that comes here. Next there, so then this is number 3. Runs there. And we need 2 more. There and there. Okay, so those are all connected. Am I going to have enough room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 4, 5. I think. Those might have to work their way through the loading areas. We'll have to see. Okay, so then this comes through here. Next there. All right, that's hooked up. Third line. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna have to... we need to come through here. That's where we're gonna need to be, so we need to come down on this line. I was gonna have to route through there. All right, and we need 2 more. Which they're going to bump into these 2 here. They're actually going to route underneath those, south of those. And that will restrict how much room I have to work. A little bit. I accidentally picked up that that logistics robot. So that's going to come out there. That's going to come out there. Let's put those bots back in there. Am I missing something? Oh, yes, solder. We're going to need solder. Right. And we'll need 5 lines of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll be fine. Like, wait a minute. It's like I have 6 products, but only, 6 inputs, but I only got 5 items here. I got CPUs, and I've got the actual circuit boards. All right, well, we're kind of out of time at this point. So what I might go ahead and do is finish up routing these belts off screen. When we come back next episode, this whole thing should be up and running. And then we'll have to decide what it is the next thing we're going to do. So, for now, we'll stop here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.